What's up, guys? I'm just at Ice, and today is week 3, day 1, aka day 11 of working on my 9 to 5. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, this has been the toughest day of all of my working 9 to 5. Like, if I can look back on my previous 2 weeks, I would say those are like the honeymoon phase almost, right? Like, those were the starting pack. Those were like the what's it called, the trial period, right? But now is when the real stuff happens, and I would say there was even a little bit of that last Friday, where that's when I start to actually help customers opening a little bit of accounts. But today, things shifted, and I talked a little bit about this on my Friday video, but just to give you guys a quick recap, we're kind of short staffed at the place that I'm working at, and just the people that we have right now, we're barely managing, barely going by. We can't even like take lunch breaks at the same time because there needs to be at least one person there at one time, or else customers, they may not be, well, customers are going to have to be waiting. They're going to be like, well, who's going to help me, right? Like, why is nobody working? That's one part of it. But another part of it is that, think of it, okay, again, think of it as there's 4 of us, right? Including myself. So there's this one guy. He's been working for the longest, other than like the other senior members. That guy, he's basically responsible for like opening accounts, things like that. And then the other 2, they're responsible for just like dealing with everyday customers, etc., etc. And I'm kind of in that same realm where, like, in the last week, I would say like week 2, I was mostly just like helping out that one guy with like opening accounts. I'm kind of like his backup essentially, right? So it would be like, okay, us 2 handling opening accounts, and then those 2 handling like dealing with everyday customers, right? But now things have shifted. Now things have shifted because of an unexpected fate twist, I guess we didn't see coming, where basically that one person, they're quitting this week. Like, they're leaving. Like, their last day is Thursday. They gave them their 2 weeks notice, and they're leaving. Like, their last day of work is Thursday, and this Friday they're gonna be gone. So we're short on one person. Great, right? Not too bad, right? Because at least there's the other guy, and then now me, right? But now I have to step up as, I guess, the second longest person that's been there, or the second person essentially, right? Because there's literally no one else. But last Friday, I just got told that that guy is also leaving. So essentially, he also gave in his 2 weeks notice. So there's this week, and then he also has one more week next week. And after that, if nothing changes, if there's no like new people getting hired, it's just me and the guy who's opening accounts. So I've now become the longest stayed member, or whatever you want to call it, essentially, because, right, like, there's just me. So the guy, the new hire, who's been at this place for 3 weeks, now I have to handle literally everything that they're doing. So essentially everything I learned from week 2 from the opening account guy is not useless, but let's just say I won't need that information for at least a good couple weeks, maybe a month or 2, because now I have to step up. I literally have to step up and take all the responsibilities of those 2 people combined. And again, there's no formal trainer, there's no program or nothing like that. You just watch and learn. Very hands-on, very just, yeah, you watch how they do their work, you copy it down on a piece of paper, right? Write it down on your notebook, and you just follow what they do, and you just copy it to a T. Don't ask questions. Well, no, ask questions, but don't question like the meaning behind it for now, right? Because the more you Well, the way that they told me is like the more you just practice, the more you just kind of get like understand in general, right? So there's that. And today is the worst day. I feel like today was when my real 9 to 5 started, because again, for the past 2 weeks I've just been essentially scanning files. That's easy, man. Literally anyone could do that. You could plop a high schooler or dropout and they could do this, right? But the stuff that I'm handling now, like I'm dealing with customers on an everyday basis. I have to go on the computer, get the system ready, and do this, do that, handle like money and all that stuff. Honestly, that stuff is not even the hardest part. The hardest part for me is just handling the customers, because every day, customer, right, clients, they got different things that they want to do, and so you don't really know. And so now I'm looking at things retrospectively and I'm thinking, man, maybe I would want the account opening job now, right? Because at least with that, you know what you're dealing with on a daily basis, because it's essentially the same process every single time with little to no variation, right? But with this, you're dealing with a new problem every single day, essentially, right? Like, yes, there may be common problems, but they're still all different. And to be honest, the system itself isn't actually that hard. Like, if I look at it objectively, or I look at it like step by step, it's not actually like that hard. I think the hard part is just understanding like the process, and it goes from like step 1 to then step 2, and then step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Like that's the part that's the hardest for me, at least, right? It's not just about like, okay, writing it down and just like remembering it and just like entering that code or entering that whatever, right? It's like, I don't know, man. Like, it's a little hard to describe, but essentially it's kind of like the meaning behind it, right? And then there's like certain things you need to fill out. They of course need to all be precise, and it's a whole process. But man, I just want to convey my emotions on how I feel right now, because right now I feel tired. I feel like this is what the real 9 to 5 is, and it just, see, like, I wouldn't say this wouldn't be a problem, but like it's like one thing if they like slowly transition me into this, right? But it's another thing when 2 of your employees are quitting, and now all the responsibility falls onto my shoulder as a guy who's barely has any knowledge of this, who has no prior training, essentially, because I'm literally just watching them how they do it, just following it on the fly, right? I'm trying to be confident, but at the same time I don't want to make mistakes. And so I just feel like it's a little bit unfair. Like, it's just everything is just piling onto me at once, and it's so much to handle. And I was just like coming home and just like sitting here on my computer, like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I said this in my first or second video of uploading this series, but I can't work a 9 to 5. At least not for the rest of my life, you know, like 5, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, until I'm like 60 years old, retired. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, this is why I'm making these videos, right? Like, my body is telling me, no, just go to sleep, just forget about this, wake up, do the same thing again. But no, like, in my mind, I'm just trying to push through this, and you could probably see that I'm tired as well, right? Like, if you're still watching this right now, clearly you have a better attention span than 99% of people. First of all, I appreciate you for that. And second of all, if you are staying tuned, then do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, because that would really help me out. And I just feel like right now, this 9 to 5 is just so draining. It just feels like there's just so much pressure on me. I feel the pressure. I feel the stress now, which sucks, because we all know that stress is a terrible hormone. It literally ages you up. It probably gives me like gray hair. It probably makes me want to like pull my hairs out, just like thin hair. Like, we all know stress is bad, right? Like, I'm feeling stress that I haven't felt in a long time, at least not back in my university days, right? But man, I guess this is just the real pressure of a real 9 to 5, right? And now I'm even thinking, like, is this field even for me, right? Like, do I want to continue to go in the field of business or accounting or whatever? Because that's essentially what this is, right? Like, I'm literally handling this, like, day to day. Like, this is the real, like, this is real life. Like, this is just the real stuff that I'm handling. It's like, if I want to be an entrepreneur, if I want to be someone who wants to make it big, either on YouTube, social media, entrepreneur, I essentially, like, started my own business. Like, these are probably things that I am going to handle, yes. And I guess this is, like, good preparation of it, but I think the main point that I'm just trying to convey through this video is I'm just tired, so much pressure. I don't look forward to it. Like, I have to perform good, or else they'll probably maybe fire me. I mean, listen, if they fire me, I'm gonna be honest, this whole thing gonna collapse. Like, we're already short staffed as it is, and if they fire me, like, it's over. Like, they're probably gonna have to, like, not even hire, but just, like, send people from other, like I don't know, man. They're just gonna have to find more of, like, people from, like, their own internal system, whatever, like, from HQ or whatever you want to say, right? But man, right now I'm just, this is weighing me down, man. This is like negative. This is like negativity. This is just not cool, man. I guess this is more of like a rant video than an informative or educational or self-improvement type video, but it's also just like documenting on how I feel right now, day to day. And you know what's worse, honestly, guys? You know what's worse is I know it's only gonna get harder, right? Like, I already knew this from the first week. Like, oh yeah, week 2 is easy, or no, week 1 easiest, week 2 also pretty easy, week 3, yikes, nah, man. Like, I can't do this, bro. I guess the one good thing is going to week 5. Monday should be a day off because it's like a national holiday, which means week 5 only has 4 days. Yay! Like we'll take those small victories, you know. We'll take those small W's wherever we can. But now we just have to get through 4 more days of this. And you know what? It's not just getting through this, right? It's not just like saying, oh yeah, you know, I got through this one day. I'm like, that's good enough, right? It's like, no, at this point, it's like at this point, it's like, no, like, you can't forget about this over the weekend and just like start again or start over. It's like, no, you have to retain this knowledge and just keep going. And yeah, I mean, of course I was feeling nervous. You know, I was feeling nervous. I felt pressure. I had to handle like this stuff correctly. I can't disappoint the clients. I gotta be fast, but also gotta be like I can't even take my time, because when I'm doing it in real time, of course they're gonna be rushing, right? Everybody's time's valuable. Everyone has everyone has somewhere to go, right? Even if the client says like, no, like, I'm not busy today, it's like, no, they won't say that, but of course they want to get through this fast so that they can move on to, you know, whatever next they're doing in their day to day, right? But man, I hope I can look back at this in the future and just think like, this is how I feel right now in the present moment. This is the most raw, the most, like, I'm thinking of quitting, honestly. Like, I said this in the first day, but today really makes me just feel like I want to quit. But I guess for the sake of experience, I can't quit. You know, for the sake of experience, you know, it's like I can't quit. I don't know, man. I don't think it's gonna get better from now on. That's the thing, though. I really don't. I think it's just gonna go downhill from here. I really do. And that's another thing. I think one of the guys who was working there for, I guess, the longest, he told me a lot of new hires, like a lot of the new guys, like me, they don't last. You know, like, I think he said like there was this one person who like worked for 1 week and just quit on the spot, cause like He said unless you've been working for 3 months plus, that's when you have to give in like a 2 week notice. But since since I haven't even worked a full month yet, technically that gives me 2 more months to then really figure this out. And if I can last until, let's say, April, and that's when I quit, like, I'm okay with that, to be fair. Like, does it look good on a resume? Probably not, because they're like, oh yeah, you only got 3 months of experience, right? Like, I would say a minimum is like 6 months, right? Like half a year. But at that point, I don't even know if I want to keep going. Like, this first day of actually working is just killing me, man. Like, I just want to quit. I miss being unemployed, honestly. I'm not gonna say that I take those days for granted, but it's just interesting how that works when you have something else that's challenging. Like, I know it's challenging, but it also helps me grow in a way, right? It's like, of course I'm not gonna like it, or of course I'm not gonna enjoy it because it's something challenging, something hard, something that's making me grow. But another part of me also feels like, I don't know, like, do I want to do this for the rest of my life? No, of course I don't. Man, like, I don't know, man. This is just a tough time in my life right now. Listen, man, I get it, right? Like, I should be grateful because at least I have this job. Right? I know a lot of people are struggling. I mean, I was literally one of those guys. Literally, like, a month or two ago, I was struggling. I was essentially unemployed doing these part-time gigs, and now that I have a full-time job, it's, comes with its pros and cons, but now I'm starting to get into it. Now I'm just like, this is tough, man. Like, this is tough. Like, I know nothing's easy in life. Like, I know nothing easy is in life, man. I know nothing comes easy, but this is just, wow, man. And I'm still just starting out, right? And I'm still just starting out, right? Maybe the only cope that I can tell myself is, well, the first week's always going to be the hardest, right? And then after that, once you gain some experience and it becomes a routine, like, it gets to a point where, yeah, like, maybe it does get easier. But I don't know, man. Like, I think it's only going to get harder. And I'm not usually, like, a pessimistic guy, but I've just been, like, seeing a lot of things online of, like, and this is, like, a whole different topic, but, like, I just seen, like, today, like, there was, like, these two internet influencers, or whatever you want to call them, like, Twitch streamers, like, they just broke up. And I just think, like, man, like, relationships these days are, relationships these days are, and that's why I've never been in a relationship, but this just, like, maybe that's kind of like an incel take or whatever, but I've never been in a relationship before. That's like a whole different can of worms. But I mean, at my workplace, everyone has a relationship. Everyone has a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, husband, wife. But there's me, the single guy. But honestly, even if I had a girlfriend right now, I think I would be even more drained, because it would be even more my energy and attention, and I don't even have time to watch YouTube, play games. And yeah, I get it. Like, that's also a waste of time. But I guess those are just, like, distractions. And that goes into another topic. But it's like, now I understand why people, like, do things like drugs or smoke after work, or they just, like, go and just, like, beat their meal or whatever at any form of distractions, because they just know that their 9 to 5 sucks so much to where they'll just do anything as a distraction, right? But I guess that's how I feel. Right now. Man, I am a yapper. I have been yapping for almost 20 minutes now. I gotta end this video, but yeah, man. To sum it up, I kind of want to quit. Things are getting hard. People are quitting, which means all the responsibility falls on me. Today I was just working, dealing with people, messing up a little bit. Like, I was messing up little bits of it. Again, the things themselves are not hard, but it's like when you combine them, and it's like goes from step 1 to step 5, that's when it gets a little tough and whatnot. And yeah, no time for myself. Tired all the time. Getting less than 6 hours of sleep. Mental health is bad. no friends, nothing to do, work a 9 to 5, get barely any money, no money, actually, a little bit above minimum. Money's a whole nother topic, but gosh, like, even if the money was good, I don't know if I would stick with it. Honestly, I probably would, but that's because money's money, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if the money was better, it would be a cherry on top, but anyways, and then I have to do, like, homework on top of that, as in, like, I have to go home, review the stuff that they taught me for today. They taught me, right? It's not teaching. I'm just watching how they do stuff and just copying and just putting them into my own words, learning from them, whatever. Doing more review of that once I get home. I haven't even done any review, guys. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I haven't done any review, and this is definitely gonna come back and bite me in the ass tomorrow when I wake up, when I go to work, because then I'm gonna have to flip through my book or whatever, and then I can't find a certain thing, and oops, like, I'm taking too long and I'm gonna mess up. Should probably take the extra moment to do it right now, but it's already too late, and I'm just tired. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Well, anyways, if you got something out of this, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys. Keep going, Bell. Keep going. Keep going. You know, I'm here to support you, even though I may look down and all that, right? I'm still gonna keep going. I'm still gonna keep going and just hope for the best, man. Just hope for the best. So, yeah, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.